Welcome to Greene County Parks and Trails Narrows Reserve Nature Center. We're here with Greene County Parks and Trails staff naturalist Mel Grosvenor. Mel, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, my pleasure.
I know you guys do a lot of things, and something new that people are very excited about or you're getting into is geocaching. And I know that's kind of like a modern day scavenger hunt, but can you explain, if I haven't geocached before, what that might entail or what that means?
Basically, it's a high-tech treasure hunt. You use a GPS unit and get your information from the satellites, and there's a website, Geocaching2014, where you can find the latitude and longitude of a hidden treasure somewhere in the woods. And you program that into your GPS unit, and then the adventure begins. You go out and look for the treasure.
Now, if I have a smartphone that has that capability, could I use that as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. In fact, my father uses his GPS for his car. You can actually do it that way, too.
Now, the way I understand this, caches can be as close as down the road, or they could be all over the world, and people can actually track how these caches travel.
Oh, yes. They are everywhere. Once you get into this, you'd be surprised all the places that they are hidden all over the world. And they range in size from something that's the size of a pencil eraser to 5-gallon buckets. They are hidden in parks. Sometimes they're hidden in, urban locations. Some of them have a higher challenge. You might have to climb a tree to get it, or, swim across a lake, or all sorts of different challenges might, be available for all ages. It's a fun sport.
Now, what's in a cache? When you say you find the cache, what am I going to find?
The caches are generally loaded with little trinkets, kind of like kids' meal toys and gumball machine prize type things. And the rule is, when you take something from the cache, you need to also leave something behind too. That way the treasures are still there for others to find. And there's a logbook you sign so that you prove that you've been there. And then you can get back on the website and leave any comments about your adventure. And it also keeps track of how many caches you've found. And I know a lot of people are really into finding a certain number every year or something like that.
Now, I know if this is something someone's either got a lot of experience doing, or maybe I just want to learn more about it, you guys have an event coming up in May that would be perfect for geocachers of all experience levels.
Absolutely. On May 17th, we're having a big geocache event called Choose Your Own Adventure. And for this one, there are different cache levels. There are some that are for beginners, and we're actually going to have a beginner's 101 session where you can be with, use a GPS unit that you can loan and learn from an actual geocacher how to do this. And they'll go slow so you understand. And there are some trails just for beginners. We'll also have some on the bike paths. We'll have some that are on, in the parks where you can take a hike. There'll be some challenge caches, puzzle caches, and then really fun, the evening hours, we're actually going to have a couple of night cache trails where you go out with your flashlight and you're looking for little reflective fire tacks on the trees and going out to find the cache that way.
So if I'm interested, you mentioned this is May 17th. It's out at Caesar Ford.
Yes.
Can you kind of tell us where that is or what time it starts?
The event will start, the registration starts at 10 o'clock, and it is $10 per person. The first 100 people will get a geo coin, which are very collectible. A lot of geocachers are into that. We will have the Geocache 101 session at 11 o'clock, and the night cache starts at 8:30. There will also be some activities around dinner time. We'll have food vendors, and you can swap stories with other geocachers. All sorts of fun things like that will be going on.
So it's a great way to see old geocacher friends or just get involved in the sport for the first time.
Absolutely.
And
I
know last year it seemed like there was all ages, there's people from all walks of life, so it just appeals to a broad audience.
Yes, and we will have some cache trails that are handicap accessible as well.
Great, great. Well, I know we're here at the Narrows Aviary here behind the Nature Center, and you're going to kind of show us an example of what a cache could look like.
Absolutely.
So we are kind of giving away some secrets here.
Well, this cache is meant to be an easy one and good for families. So if we're giving away some secrets, just come on out and you can still log the cache. I've got it put into my GPS. So as we approach it, you may hear my GPS make a little beep noise. That means we're getting close. And when you approach a cache site, you're going to look for anything that might be out of place. Maybe a pile of sticks at the base of a tree, or just something that, rocks assembled in a certain way. It doesn't quite look natural, and that's usually where the cache is hidden.
Great. Well, why don't we go behind the aviary here? This cache is called, I understand, Birds of a Feather, so that's your first hint. And we kind of take a look what a cache might look like.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So if you want to lead the way?
Sure.
Okay. So again, we just want to remind everybody we do have a geocache event coming up on May 17th. It's at Caesar Ford Park. Registration starts at 10, but you can certainly come anytime during the day and pick up those list of GPS coordinates.
Oh, we just beeped.
And I hope everybody heard that, but that was letting us know we're getting close.
Now at this point, I'm looking around and I see a stump. And sometimes hollow logs or stumps are a good place to look. So I think that might be a good bet. And we have found the treasure. Now it is labeled with our Greene County Parks and Trails logo so that folks know what this is. And there's also information about geocaching on here in case somebody just stumbles across it and they're not sure what they found. There's also some information right inside about our event. So there's, a little bit more to it. If anybody wants to know date, time, where, cost, all of that is right there. And as we dig a little deeper, there are all kinds of brochures about our parks, and those are a treasure that you can take. You don't even need to leave anything behind if you want to find out more information about our other parks. But also inside, and you may want to come closer, we've got all sorts of toys. This looks like a toy box. This is great. If I was a kid, I would be like, oh, I found the mother lode. This is just fantastic. And they can take one toy and replace it with something else.
Okay.
And it's not always toys. I know some people put collectible coins or, gemstones, nothing real, valuable, but fossils and, polished rocks, those kinds of things. So sometimes the treasure is something that would appeal to an adult as well. And then once you found the cache, you then fill out the logbook. People have their own geocache names, which are kind of fun. So you go with that when you write it. And then you can get on the website, tell us about your adventure, and log the find.
Well, it sounds like an exciting hobby for families and folks of all ages. If I want to know more, who could I call? Who can I contact?
You want to contact the Greene County Parks and Trails, and the number is 937-562-6440.
Great, and we want to remind everybody too, you can always go to our website. It's www.gcparkstrails.com, or log on our Facebook site at GC Parks. So again, we're at the Narrows Reserve Nature Center with Greene County Parks and Trails staff naturalist Mel, and I'm sure she encourages everybody to come out and join us on May 17th.
Oh yes, it'll be a lot of fun.